Hello, everybody. This is Joseph Land, and welcome to my podcast today. And I'm so excited to introduce you to one of my really longtime great friends, a gentleman named Jim Pare. Jim is an amazing entrepreneur. He and I have done a lot of different things together. I'm so proud to call this man my friend. He's been very successful in the real estate business. He's been very successful in operating companies. And I'm sure he's going to shed some very good knowledge with you guys today on how he's doing things. And he has an exciting new business that I want to ask him about. So, Jim, welcome to the podcast today, and tell the audience a little bit about yourself.
Joe, thanks a bunch, man. It's good to see you again. It's good to reconnect and do everything. First and foremost, I am a father of 4 amazing kids and a granddaddy, or a pawpaw, of 5 granddaughters, believe it or not. You know, Joe, I've had kind of like a Horatio Alger story. When my dad was in the military, 7 kids, and we were poor. We were on food stamps and government cheese, and it was hard for a sergeant's pay, to take care of 7 kids. So I got kicked out of my house when I was 16 and a half years old. I graduated early because I was a brilliant child, and I started school early. And then just had a propensity for business. I knew I couldn't be an employee. And I'm 61 right now, and over my lifetime, I have been so blessed to have so many opportunities in so many venues, either starting my own business. I owned a construction company, electrical contracting business. I was one of the top 10% in direct sales for a while. I've been CEO of several companies. I've taken companies public. Just a very exciting, exhaustive, amazing entrepreneurial ride. And, you were saying that for this podcast, those people that are listening that are wondering, is entrepreneurship for me or not? Number one, you got the best coach on the planet. When you look at Joe's history and what he's done, it's just the only word that comes to mind, Joe, is just respect. And the thing is that you have, and we both know, it really takes tenacity and patience to really come to fruition and make everything work, because everything doesn't work out. I'll speak for myself, I haven't had all home runs.
Yes, that's right.
We're bad.
That's right. Me either. That's right.
I love the quote that you never lose, you either learn or win. In my lifetime, I've been really blessed to have, God's given me a very good ability to think positive and think that I don't have a downer attitude. Like, there's always a way. There's always. And I think, as you know, and you taught me a lot during the beginning, is if you go with your unique abilities and gifts and you stay in that zone. I'm a creator. I'm kind of a business artist. I can see ideas. I can take them. I can make them come to fruition. I can put them together. But there's a lot of things that I lack. And some of those things that I lack, I just stay away from or hire, because the learning curve of the time to do anything in that arena. I just stay in my zone. And what you've taught me the most, Joe, in my lifetime is just stick with it. Don't stop.
That's right.
Discipline is sick. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I look at my work ethic and your work ethic, and I feel like a sloth. But
not at all. Jim, I'll never forget the first time I heard about you and I saw what you had created with a system. And then the first time I met you, I said, oh my goodness, this guy's got the best people skills of anybody I've ever talked to or anybody I've ever seen. I saw you give a talk at the front of the room, and I was totally mesmerized by you. And I'll tell you, people skills are very important in business, but the systems that you create are very important as well. And I've seen you create some amazing systems. And I'll tell you, we've known each other over 25 years. And I've seen you have tremendous success. And you're right, Jim. I mean, I've learned also from my failures. That's the teachers in life. And so anybody who's ever been in business as an entrepreneur or starting a business, you just got to know you're going to have a few failures along the way. And they're always going to be your best teachers. And you will learn from that experience, and you will grow and create something bigger. Jim, when I talked to you recently and you started telling me about the vision that you are currently operating and the new company you have, I was, again, totally mesmerized. I want you to tell our audience today about your new venture called Veterans Biz Ops.
All right, glad to. I just want to make a real quick note is that, a people person is just someone who loves people, who put people first. One of the things we talked about a lot in our relationship was servant leadership. And most people don't get it because they're always in the back of their mind. They're thinking, what am I going to get out of this? What's in it for me? And I've had to really learn to find out what part of the program is for me, because when you love people and you love people like God loves people and you think everybody has a chance, it's easy to do that. About a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, Joe, I helped take another company public. And buddy, I was tired of the noise. I was just tired of the people that were involved. I was tired of the greed. It was a good experience financially, but a bad experience relationship wise. And I said, you know what? I just turned 60 and I'm going to do something. I'm going to donate my time. There's a book called From Success to Significance, and it's called Halftime. And it talks about when you get to a certain age in your life, success is important, but significance is more important. And I just knelt down one day and I prayed. I said, Lord, what do you want me to do now? Is it maybe have a jet ski place in the Bahamas that I could just sit there and rent them out? How do I give back? And what I came up with is I wanted to donate my time and my energy to veterans. And so I spent a year and a half just looking at all the veterans programs and everything that was out there, because I'm a dependent. My father was in the service as a lifer. He's buried in Arlington Cemetery. My sister retired lieutenant colonel. My brother retired lieutenant colonel from the Air Force. I wanted to go in the Air Force, but I was colorblind. I couldn't be a pilot, so nothing else interested me. So what I did is I started researching, and you and I digging into any kind of system, you're brilliant at this. You see the flaws, not that it's good or bad. You just see this is not doing what it's supposed to do. And more praying and more due diligence and just more, just being open to what God had for me. I was like, Lord, what can I do different? And I created a concept called Veteran Biz Ops, and it's a disruptive entrepreneur-based nonprofit. We don't beg for money. I tell people all the time, this ain't your daddy's nonprofit, because there is a lot of disabled veterans out there that really need help, but there is abundance of help for them. Wounded warriors, veteran programs. But there's a forgotten majority that's about 90% of the veterans, men and women, come out with no service-related disabilities. They're just ready to go. And Joe, there's nothing for them. There's really nothing for them that connects them to either a good job or a good business opportunity. So what we did with Veteran Biz Ops, we flipped the script and said, you know what? We're going to go to businesses. And you and I have a big, some of the millennials won't understand this, but a big Rolodex. We know a lot of people. So I went and just really tapped some people that I worked with that we made a lot of money together and said, listen, we're going to help businesses, but we're going to be disruptive. We're going to be a business-oriented nonprofit, and we're going to go to businesses and say, do you need the best employees? Or if you're a business owner and you are expanding your franchise or a realtor or insurance or construction subcontractors, do you need a business partner? And we got a program that we're taking veterans and taking them through a boot camp, an advanced training, and then we deploy them to the businesses that are supporting us. Now, what we do is veterans come out and they're ready to go. Everybody wants a veteran to work for them, but let's be honest, there's some trepidation a little bit with veterans. Sometimes companies don't know where they're at emotionally, physically, and when you look at the forgotten majority that we're working with, they're fine. But sometimes they don't have Microsoft skills or Google skills. They don't know how to communicate in a corporate environment. They might not know how to open a zip drive. They might not know how to do an SEO or go on TikTok or YouTube and create a branding for themselves. Some of them come out with bad credit. So our program, what we do, we cherry pick. We take the best of the best veterans and we just supercharge them. And then they have an opportunity to choose within our structure. Every business that has donated to us, they are a candidate to get our veterans either as an employee or a business owner.
Jim, this is brilliant. And I'll tell you, when I heard you explain this to me for the first time, it really touched my heart. And you're really doing something. You're making an impact. And goodness knows these people who've served our country deserve to have the best chance, and you're putting it together. Your vision is amazing. And when you explained this to me for the first time, I said, I'm all in. And so JL Capital, we're all in. We'll do anything to help with this cause and what you're doing. How can other people and other businesses become involved with Veterans Biz Ops?
Well, Joe, it's real simple. If you're a business owner out there and you're looking for employees, what's hard today is everybody thinks because the employee pool is large that it's easier. It's really not. We have friends of ours that we both know that are looking for employees, but instead of going through 6 applications, they go through 70, and it really gets muddled. So if you're looking for an employee, a veteran employee that is in the forgotten majority, that is, we take them through an extensive assessment, and if they need help emotionally or physically, we send them to the veterans programs. But if they don't, we just cram them through our class, and they come out just reeling. Go to our site, which is veteranbizops.com, and there's a form to fill out. If you fill out that form, I'll get back with you personally. What we do, Joe, is we take a very small annual donation. It's so small. It's smaller than employee acquisition, customer acquisition costs. It's smaller than a headhunter fee, than a staffing service. And that donation, what that does is it gives you opportunity to have unlimited access to all our veterans coming out for unlimited employees or unlimited expansion. Now, I'll tell you that they have to choose you too. So you got to be on the top of your game as a business owner. But Joe, we've been active for a while now, and we've got some amazing sponsors, and it's taken off. And one other thing I want to say before I end this, Joe, I appreciate your help and your donation and your ability to come in as a mentor and also as a financial counsel to some of these men and women, because you're the best of the best at it. So that's what they do. Just go to veteranbizops.com and then scroll all the way down, and there's a form down there, just your name, your company, your information. It comes directly to me, and we'll have a chat, and then we'll go from there.
Well, Jim, thank you. This is brilliant. And guys, if you're listening to this on this podcast, here's how you can get involved. Go to veteransbizops.com, BIZOPS.com, and get involved. And Jim will get back to you. Fill out that application and he'll get back to you. Jim, any further thing that you want to tell the audience before we conclude this podcast? I am really moved by your vision, and I'm so excited about this. And if this is any indication of what you've done in the past, this is going to be humongous.
We can see it. Well, one other thing, just for fun, we've got a program, we've got a challenge out there, and we want it to go viral, Joe. It's called Drop and Give Me 20. And just for fun, we know a lot of guys are athletic, and most of the veterans are just, they're studs, and men and women fit. So what we do is we have a program called Drop and Give Me 20, where you basically, there's 3 things you do. Give me 20 push-ups, any style. I don't care if it's on the counter, on your knees, doesn't matter to me. Just give me 20 push-ups, donate a minimum of $20, and then tell 20 people, challenge 20 people in your influencer list to drop and give me 20. Those $20 donations build a foundation that we can send more and more veterans through our program to get them placed in the right place.
Man, that is exciting. What a cool concept. Drop and give me 20. I'm in. I'm going to give you 20. I'm going to do 20 push-ups if it kills me, but we're all good. What a beautiful concept. And guys, if you're listening, you need to be involved in Drop and Give Me 20 too. Well, Jim Pare, thank you so much for joining me today on this podcast. I know our viewers are going to be so excited to hear you and about your success and all you're doing and this new vision with Veterans Biz Ops. And I want to thank you today for joining me.
Thank you, Joe, for everything you've given to me in my lifetime. You've been an amazing mentor and a coach, and I've learned a lot from you, and I absolutely treasure our friendship.
Well, thank you very much, Jim. And guys, if you're listening to this, join us in 2 weeks for our next podcast. We'll have another entrepreneur like Jim Pare on that you can learn from. And Jim, again, thank you for joining us, and God bless you guys. And thank you for joining in today.